We now welcome MRS 2021 Spring Meeting Chair Andreas Lendlein. Welcome and thanks for joining us, Andreas.
Thank you. It's great being here.
Well, Andreas, at long last, the meeting that you have been working towards for several years is now here. This certainly wasn't the typical path toward an MRS meeting. Can you tell us about your journey that you took as a meeting chair to get to this day?
No, initially, we were thinking we might be the first meeting that is a present meeting again. Then it became a hybrid meeting. And finally, we ended online, which was difficult for all of those who already had contributed their abstracts because they were planning to travel to Seattle. So we really needed to get at some point the message out: this will be a full online meeting and there will be special opportunities to participate in this. As of today, we have more than 3,000 participants registered for the meeting, for an online meeting. That is a tremendous success.
Well, there's a lot of work involved in being an MRS meeting chair. Why did you want to volunteer for this role?
First of all, of course, it is giving back. I mean, I grew up as a material scientist with the MRS. You have your first poster presentation, you get your first invited lecture, you are symposium organizers, and then you develop this idea, wouldn't it make fun to also be a meeting chair? But the other mission that I felt that could be realized, and that was to demonstrate how materials make an impact in our today's life and how important they are for our future. Because our world is changing. We have the climate change, we have societal changes like an aging society. In all of these areas, materials will make a difference in healthcare, in sustainable energy, but also in consumer products.
What advice would you have for future MRS meeting chairs?
If it stays an online meeting, there are a few things that we learned. First of all, it is important to have as many live sessions as possible. We tremendously extended the time that is available for live discussions. And the other thing, and I'm sure most people who have attended in the last year in online events know, is we need to pay attention to the different time zones. So we have participants from all over the world, from Australia, Asia, Europe, US, all areas. And therefore, a live session that is given in the morning in Asia might be very difficult for somebody being at the East Coast and participating. And the other thing is, also in the future, we need to be open-minded, take up new topics, but also pertain the successful areas of the MRS.
Obviously, the pandemic has had a drastic effect on the meeting, but for you personally, how has this affected your day-to-day work?
One of the major changes we experience right now, so this interview is now a video conference. As an institute director, the task to manage the work in the lab so that we only have a limited number of persons working at the same time in the lab. And before that pandemic time, I traveled a lot to conferences to meet other scientists, and now I'm not been in an airplane since almost a year.
And lastly, for you personally, what events or topics are you most looking forward to at this meeting?
Oh, we have fantastic highlights in our program, and I can only name a few. Sustainability as a main topic is being taken up in almost any of the areas of the conference, but we have a special broader impact symposium on sustainability. And here I really recommend everybody to pay attention also on the on-demand online content. There are fantastic talks, for instance, using biodiversity, finding new enzymes that degrade synthetic material in the environment, making polymers with the help of bacteria, getting green computers going on. That is really fantastic stuff.
Andreas, thank you so much for your time today.
It was a pleasure.